Thank you. Feet hip width and parallel. So always good to check your feet, standing with your feet directly underneath your hip sockets, not underneath where you think your thighs might be, hip sockets. Fan out your toes. Do it a few times and spread out your fingers as well. When you've placed them wide and they're broad, got some space, then relax your arms, relax your hands, relax your feet. And let's have a gentle sway forwards and back. I can see Lynn and Jane are here, but I haven't got your cameras on, so I don't know if you realise that. Doesn't matter if you don't want to, but just so you know, I can't see you. So when we gently sway forwards and back, notice that you're not lifting your heels or your toes, but you can feel, as you feel like you're about to go off balance, you can feel your tummy working and your back working to hold you up. Begin to draw upon your thighs. Deliberately begin to squeeze your bottom a little and lift your pelvic floor underneath and scoop your tummy in so your waist feels nipped in and lift your lovely little heart like there's a string pulling you up, not just from the top of your head, but also from your breastbone, both sort of in an upward direction. Eyes are closed. Pause when you feel like your weight is right in the middle of your feet. And then retract your chin for me. Give me 5 chins. You've still got a bit of a squeeze on your legs. You've now drawn your chin back. You've got a bit of a jowly thing going on. Ease off. And again, retract. It's like you're squashing your throat. Very good for the back of the neck, though. And ease off. Turn your face gently to the right. Give it a little squeeze there. Drop your chin down and across your chest, go around to your left, heart up. Take a breath in. And then down and across, round to your right. Left shoulder held back. Inhale. Down and let it just hang as you go around. And then face to the center, chin drawn back, left ear to left shoulder. Let's have a nod, circle or move. Some kind of creaky, release for your neck. Find a place where you think, that's good. Yeah, I need a bit of that. And then start to circle your right shoulder round. Lift it up, roll it back, press it down. I want you to get the shoulder girdle moving, not the hand particularly, not the arm. I mean, the arm will follow, but you're thinking about almost like you've got a pencil on the side of your shoulder and you're drawing a big circle on the wall to the side of you. Are you still squeezing your thighs and bottom and tummy? And then reach down. Stay here, inhale. Well done, Lynn. Roll the chin down into the middle of your chest. You're looking down. Relaxed jaw, relaxed face. Slightly soften your knees. Take a breath. And give me a partial roll down, head, neck, shoulders, and just stop when you're about a third of the way or maybe a quarter of the way. And a little shoulder shimmy here. Left, right shimmy up your shoulders. So you're just letting the arms dangle. This is more about education, reminding the arms that they can hang, that we don't need to grip with our upper traps. The arms can be floppy and they will be safe in the sockets. And then roll your spine up, squeeze your bottom when you get to the top, sweep your arms out and up, a slight push forwards of your hips. So you've got mild back extension. Really feel like somebody's got their hand in the small of your back and they're lifting you up here, lifting up through the lower back. Bring your arms wide. Feels nice, doesn't it? Rub your shoulders back. Soften your knees and tighten your tummy. Give me a la-di-da. So the head stays directly above the spine here. You don't let it swing around because it's a weighty pendulum. Keep it directly and plumb on top of your axis. Let your arms go. If you feel dizzy, you might want to stay looking broadly forwards. But if you're okay, let your head swing with you. Let it be part of the continual spiral. Arms are just flying away. Begin to slow that down. Come back to center. Just check for me that your feet haven't turned out. Fan your toes again. Take a breath in. Pull up on your knee, thighs, bottom, pelvic floor, tummy. Get that lift. And then keeping your shoulder girdle still. Absolutely visualize it being still. Right ear to right shoulder. Good. Nod, circle, or move. I think I've said this before, Sue, and I don't know if it's the lighting where you are, but it looks to me like you've shifted your ribs over to the left. Might be the light. So just be mindful if your neck is tight this side, it could be that you're doing that to compensate and then letting your shoulders drop. So make sure your ribs feel central and then go. That's better. Don't know if it's like a shadow across that side of you where you're standing. Things I'm seeing you in 2D, not 3D. Now find a sweet spot where you think, oh yeah, juicy. And then circle your left shoulder around. Lift it up, roll it back, ooze it down. Are you squeezing your thighs and your bottoms? Good. 3 more. Nice. 1 more. And then roll the chin into the middle of your chest. Looking down, I want you to interlock your fingers and then very lightly bring them up and place them on the back of your head, but don't pull, don't tug, just let your hands rest just below the crown of your head and let your elbows hang forwards. Now they feel a bit heavy. Lift your shoulders up, so you're shrugging them. Slide your shoulders down. Notice any difference. Ooh. Lift your shoulders up. Slide your shoulders down. Now you've got your legs and your bottom tight. Make the hands a bit lighter. Press your head up into your hands and draw your elbows back without letting your ribs ping up. Now for me, I feel a bit hemmed in here. I have to just slightly slide my hands apart and make it fingertips because I think I feel a bit tight in the shoulders. So if you need to do that, that's good. Shoulders go down. You're going to keep your headlamps on your hips shining forwards. Breathe in. You're going to twist the upper body to your left. Your right elbow is staying back. That's the hard bit because the right elbow will ping forwards, Lynn. Come back to the center. Inhale, head up. Now we're going the other way. Left elbow is staying back. Think about your shoulder blade. Is it squeezing on the left side? Good, Maria. Inhale, center. Now we're going to think hips. We're going to go to the left without the pelvis moving at all. So you're really working your waist. Can you feel your tummy having to hold you here? And your waist and your back. Come center. And now we're going right. Again, you can feel some squeezing going on in your waist in the middle. Come back to the center, take your arms up, inhale, and a little ski squat so the back stays flat. Bend your knees, push your arms behind you. It's like a racing dive, but I don't want you to curl your head down or round your spine. So neutral spine. Up you come to the top. And again, exhale. Inhale, drop your shoulders and say ta-da. Exhale, inhale. And again, peeling your heels up, coming into the balls of your feet, not letting your ankle roll onto the little toe. Watch those knees are parallel for me, Jane. So as you go down, really keep them apart. They're just kind of going in a little bit. Twice more. Better. 1 more. And then on the balls of your feet, stay here. Shrug your shoulders up, drop your shoulders down. Do it again, shrug them up. So I can see the difference, draw them down. Marvelous, take your arms wide. Circle your arms. Somebody's pulling you by the fingertips. Slow it down. Slow it down, there we go. Somebody's pulling you by the fingertips to the edge of the room. You've got a real stretch going on. Still on the balls of your feet, you're still working your calves. The arches of your feet are working. Is the weight under your big toe, next toe. And then peel your feet down. Bring your arms down. Roll your shoulders around. Take a breath in. And give me a roll down if you wish, or just bend your knees and go down with a flat back, because we're going to roll and pick up our band. And it's in one hand. You're going to roll back up and bring it with you. Marvellous. And then elbows in at your waist, not behind your waist, but in, just sort of snuggled in slightly in front of your rib cage, really, just, you know, in front of your seams. Palms are facing up. A little grip here is between thumb and first finger. Don't grip your whole hand. There's no need to wear those joints out. Let's keep them flat. Now, I want you to take your weight onto your left foot. Check it straight. Oh, we're all in the blue this morning, apart from Cynthia, whose band is pink. You're going to peel your right heel up. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your bottom. Yours is red as well, John. And then here we go. Draw your hands apart. Bring it back in. So I'm like that, Lynn. I've got one leg bent, one leg straight. The right leg is bent, but my toes are still on the floor. I'm just giving you a little warm up. So you're focusing on sort of balancing, but you're actually getting the upper body going. This is great for your posture, great for your upper back muscles, great for how you appear across your shoulder girdle. Draw the shoulders down, slide them towards each other now. Can you lift your right foot just off the floor? Your knee can be bent, your foot can be next to your ankle. It can be touching or not, you choose. Forget how much the hands are moving and think shoulder blade. Your hands look a bit high, Susie Gill. I don't know if it's the camera angle. Yeah, there we go. Keep them waist height or top of pelvis height. Good. Last three. Now find a drishti point, a gazing point for yourself to look at the floor or the wall. And then let go with one hand. You've still got the band, but that's okay in one hand. Keep your foot still. Relax your jaw. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. You can put your arms where you want. You can put your tongue behind your top teeth on the roof of your mouth, and I'll count for us. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Open your eyes. I did well till about 8. And I was like, shake out your legs. What number did you get to? I know you can't shout at me, can you? 10. Was it 10? You haven't got enough fingers, have you, Maria? It's like, then palms turned up. We're going again. Put the weight on your right foot. Bring your left heel up. So you've got the toes on the floor, the ball of the foot on the floor, but the feet are side by side. Palms facing up. Squeeze your standing thigh and your buttock and your tummy. Are you ready? Inhale. Here we go. So you keep your hands at waist height. Don't let them sneak up because that's your biceps. We're thinking shoulder blades. We're drawing our shoulder blades towards each other. Forget your hands. Think about your upper back. And as your hand moves open, think about that. Just kind of melting back. So you let the front of your collarbone go. Don't resist it and then shove against it. Let it melt so that you can get the range of movement and feel that stimulation in between your shoulder blades and underneath your shoulder blades. The antidote to so many things, getting our upper back strong. Nice. Now, can you peel your left foot off the floor? So you're in a standing balance, your eyes open. You might have your tongue behind your top teeth, roof of your mouth, balance, like that. One more. Release your arms down. The band is in one hand, that doesn't matter. Retract the chin a little bit, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Begin to defocus your view, so it's a bit sort of daydreamy. Are we ready? On this side, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Open your eyes. Yay! What did you get to on that side? Come on, Maria. How many was it? 10. Whoop, 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 whoop. Fantastic. Take hold of your band. Any advance on 10? 15 on that leg. Yes. Alison, have to practice your other leg. So I want your band down there against your legs, and you're going to take your hands up. The arms are pretty straight. Might be a slight kink in the elbow, but they're pretty straight. And you're pushing out. Now you're pushing out, and you can kind of feel how that engages your upper back. Just push out and take the band up. Now, if your shoulders are down, you're going to pretty much skim the top of your head. See if you can take it behind you. And then we're going again. So make it longer if you need to, Victoria. I don't want you to be nervous of your shoulders or your, tightness. So make it a bit longer and just feel like you're pushing outwards and drop your shoulders down, tuck your rib cage in. So you're opening across the front of your chest. Good. And then now what we're going to do is to go up onto our toes, come down into standing and push the arms behind you and go press, press, press. Take the arms up, come up onto your toes, your shoulders stay down, arms go back. The arms go back up and over, and you come down and you go triceps, triceps, triceps. Now, when you're here, you're not out like that, although it wouldn't matter too much. Keep them narrow and then press straight back. So your hands are almost behind your bum. Yeah, now you're talking. Can you feel the difference? Yes. Up we come. Up onto our toes, shoulders down, band quite low above your head. Twice more only. Hands narrow behind you, press back, straight arms. Yes, exactly. Go again. Up and over. They come back and you go press, press, press. Take your band out at horizontal, chest height, and pull apart, bring it back together. Pull apart, bring it back together. For me, I need that a bit narrower. Pull apart, back together, literally just going out and in. But in front of your chest, Maria, bang in front of your chest. And your elbows are slightly soft, yes. Fingers aren't over gripping here. Oh, can you feel your shoulders working? Yes, quite hard, isn't it? 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and release. Put your band down for a minute before you lynch me. Standing at the back of your mat, circle your wrists around. Now we're going to stride forwards with our right leg. You're on the ball of your left foot behind. So your hands can go on your hips or wherever you want, just rest them. You're going to literally, almost like a curtsy, bend both knees. Your back knee is going to go straight down. And you've got, when you're down there, your feet are wide apart for balance. You're not worrying about falling over. When you're down there, I want your knee kind of above your heel, not over here like this. Forwards. Get your weight back so your knee is above your heel. Yeah? Both legs are working. Can you feel that? Should we stay here for a while while you chat to me? And then up you come. When you get to the top, squeeze your tush. Straight down with your back knee. And lift. So I don't want to see anybody bobbing forwards. Go straight down and lift. Straight down and lift. Yes, good. Straight down and lift. Now as you go down, arms go up. If you can do it. So you're not letting your body swing forwards and put the weight in your kneecap. You're going straight down. It's like you're sitting your bottom back a little bit. Down and lift. Arms go up, fire up your back muscles and lift. Still on the ball of your foot at the back. Down and lift. Good. 3 more. Thighs working. 1 more. And then you're going to bring your back leg in, take hold of it and find a balance. Front thigh stretch. Squeeze your bottom. Tuck your tail under. So you're almost doing a pelvic tilt here rather than letting your bottom stick out. Rock your pubic bone up to your nose and breathe. Super duper. And we're going to let go of that leg, whichever one you've got. Take it out to the side, arms up, balance. So you're lying on your side, you're not, you're on your side. Circle your leg round. Good. Try not to let your body move. You're lifting up out of that standing. That's better, Cynthia. Lift the leg up, 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 and then plant it down, bend your knees and down we come. You may not come all the way down. It'll depend, won't it, on your joints. Thumbs to sternum. Bob your little chest up. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other and say good morning to your hips. Now, if you're quite flexible and you've gone down and you're just kind of hanging in your hip socket, you know, it's quite comfy for you down here, then I want you to press the soles of your feet into the floor and your hips are going to just bob up about 1 centimetre. And you can feel now you're using the muscles around the joints rather than just hanging in the hip socket and just enjoying it. I don't want you to enjoy it, do I now? That wouldn't be cricket. Are we ready? Hands go down, lift your bottoms up. Oh, please have your tummies in as you walk your feet in. They're together. Let your head dangle. Oh, that's a nice stretch. Now you're going to roll up until your hands are just above your knees. And then you're going to put your hands on your legs and lift your tail up, lift your head up and stick your bum out. So we're going to do a cat curl, but in standing. So there you've got a bit of a stretch by lifting your tail up, tummy in, really stick your arse out. And then you've got that feeling of stretch here, yeah? Now ripple the pelvis, tail goes under, rounding the back, push the legs away, tuck your head, tuck your tail. Keep your head here, wheel the pelvis out, the waist, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, tail up. And again, ripple, articulate, don't rush. One more. Whee, shoulders back, heart lifting, ripple. And then unravel, climb up your legs if you need to. Sweep your arms up, squeeze your bottom, push your hips forwards. Somebody's got their hand in your lower back, in the small of your back, and they're lifting it up and giving you traction. Bring your arms wide. Roll your shoulders back. Now it's left leg forwards, right leg back in a decent stride, wide feet so you've got balance. Come up onto the ball of your back foot. Make sure you've changed legs. You won't be friends with me tomorrow. And then hands on hips to start with, going straight down and straight up, straight down, straight up. So we're not going forwards into a lunge. You'll be tempted to, she says, because she is. Down we go. Now I want you to think of pressing into the heel of your front foot so that when you come up, you're really firing up your buttock, but also press deliberately into the ball of your back foot. So you're firing up your quads. So front leg, it's kind of working your bottom, yes, and your front thigh, but back leg, you'll feel it more in the front thigh, I imagine. Straight down and lift, straight down and lift. Watch that front knee doesn't waggle around. Can we add? Arms. They go up as your bottom goes down. Push into the heel, push into the ball. Keep your balance. It's a bit of core work as well. Arms add momentum and a bit of challenge. Yeah, starting to feel it. Last 3, last 2, last 1. And bring your back leg in. Take hold of it. Squeeze your bottom and tuck under. Marvelous. Body square to the front. Don't let your ribs twist back. So I reach around from my foot and I find my upper body's going on a little spiral of its own. So keep your ribs and chest to the front. Let your shoulder roll back to grab your foot. Squeeze your cheeks. Tighten your abs. And you'll get a good stretch there. Hip flexor and front thigh. Okay, that feels good. Now, without falling over, you're going to keep pogoing around the room. Leg out to the side. Plant your foot. Boom. Down we go. Elbows and knees pointing in the direction of your toes. Let's go side to side. Remember to do that little press with your feet, just so your hips are active, your legs are active and supporting you. Chest open, chin drawn in. Almost feel like you're sliding your shoulder blades towards each other here. Feel your upper back working. So we've already done some really good postural work, some good leg work, some good balance work. Are we getting any better with our eyes closed, I wonder? No dementia for us, you know. Good. From here, lift your bottoms up. Walk your feet in, toe heel, toe heel. You'll be standing at the back of your mat. I hope that you're hanging with your feet together. And then you're going to walk out. Now, you'll set off with your favourite hand. Can you feel there's one that just automatically goes, whoop? Please set off with your other hand. And then not letting your hips wiggle from left to right. So as you creep forwards, you're not swinging your body weight around. Find downward dog. Give me a heel toe. Peeling your heels off the floor, working your arches. And stretching into the back of your leg. Nice. Look at your feet moving. Aren't they wonderful? Send them a bit of love. They don't ask for much. They just get on with it. So from here, you're going to swing your hips forwards, levitate in neutral. Like your knees want to go down, but you're not quite letting them. So your box position, all fours. Your knees are just off the floor. Hold and breathe. I came around with a ruler, 1 millimeter between your kneecap and the floor. Spread the shoulder blades apart. Head in line, don't let it hang. 5, 4, tummy up. 3, 2, 1, and release your knees down. Sit back for a moment, grab your band. And if you can, what I'd like you to do is to put your band, if you've got one, up behind your armpits here, quite high up across the shoulder blades, and then bring it out in front of you. It's like that. Can you see me all right? So there it is, underneath your armpits down the back of your body. You're now going to go down onto all fours. And I want you to make it a bit shorter than you'd like it's a bit awkward. And your palms are on the band, but it's actually giving you a little bit of resistance to push up into. So you're in the push-up position, and it's right up under your armpits, and your hands are anchoring it down. So you're going to bend your elbows in and push. Bend your elbows in and push. So we're doing a tricep push-up. Of course, on the way down, the band is no help whatsoever. But when you come up, it's giving you a bit of resistance. Now, if you're used to doing tricep push-ups in a 3/4 position, that's absolutely fine. And if you want to do them in a full position, that's absolutely fine. We've only got 3 to go. Last 2. Ooh, push your rib cage up into that band. Push the rib cage up. And then sit back, have a little child's pose, and release for a moment. So it's just to show you there is another way of advancing your triceps if you don't want to go to a half plank. So let's say you've got a tricky back and you didn't want to be in a half plank or a full plank. You wanted to stay on all fours. You could still make your triceps harder by putting the band there. And now you know what you're doing. You can also make the band shorter. Oh, that's not a very good idea. Uncurl. Round 2. Another thing you can do, actually, if you come to kneeling for a minute, just so you can see what's what, you can have your palms up like that. So you've just got the band between your thumb and your first finger. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, take a breath in, and then offer out. And as you reach forwards, the palms are up. Keep the collarbones open and the shoulder blades down your back. So what tends to happen when the elbows come in is that we reach forwards and we go like this, round our shoulder blades, don't we? Collarbones. So think of your hands going forwards and squeezing your shoulder blades together when your arms are out there. Bring it in. And again. Good. So elbows tucked in at your waist, palms up, shoulder blade. So it's an upper back awareness, postural awareness, little bit of resistance, and you think, oh, it's a bit so what? It isn't when you've done 15. Think of the collarbone as your arm goes forwards, collarbone, just staying back like beautiful. Shirley, what's the name? Darcy's off the radar now. We're into Shirley now. Balletic, beautiful posture. Have you been looking in the mirrors at your salt cellars? You know what I mean? No? We talked about that, didn't we, in class? Some of you may not have been there, Maria. You can't remember if you were there. So if you pause for a moment. So when our shoulder girdle is up and forwards, then we're making life difficult for our neck. It becomes very restricted. If we come forwards and up with our shoulders, the neck is a bit more restricted, and we tend to give our neck freedom, we tend to poke the chin out so that it can move, because back here it can't move because it's trapped by the shoulders. Does that make sense? So when the shoulders are up and forwards in bad posture, we do that. That makes it even worse because we've got a ledge. So I've been talking about how do we get the shoulders down and back so that your head can come back, and then you've got this wonderful spinning on an axis. You've got a massive range of movement if your head's in the right place, but your head can't be in the right place if your shoulder's like that. It can't. It's really stuck. So I was talking about your salt cellars. When my posture is bad and I know it, it's because I can see that. So if you look in a mirror and you're doing your teeth, or you're just putting a bit of makeup on, whatever you're doing, have a look in the mirror. If you can see your collarbone, can you see from there where it attaches to there? When my shoulders are up and forwards, that's like a V shape, isn't it? It's a diagonal line going up. Where it attaches here and where it attaches to the top of the shoulder girdle, it's a V. So I want you to look in your own mirror every now and then and catch and I call them my salt cellars. I don't know why, but I do. Going to keep my little snuff in there. It's my snuff box, Maria. So when your posture is good, first of all, I could just draw my shoulders down. But then if I pull them straight down, they're still pinched here. If I just go vertical, if I think two-dimensionally down, there's still a pinch. But if I go down and back, what's happened to my collarbones? A, they've virtually disappeared. My salt cellar, I wouldn't hold much salt in there, would I? The salt cellar's virtually gone. But also, they're more horizontal. They're not so V-shaped. So that's something you can look at on yourself just to kind of check, are my shoulders forwards and up? Or, oh yeah, I can pull them back. Everybody goes, pull your shoulders back. Yeah, but if you don't draw them down, when you take your shoulder girdle back and down and your heart lifts up, that is a completely different look.
That's really good to know that for my dance.
Yes, exactly. So even when you're up in a dance position, you're not like this. Salt cellars, get them down and across. Think of it as a coat hanger almost. So you can be in a beautiful dance position and still have your shoulders down, or you can be in a dance position. I watch Strictly and I'm going, get your shoulders down. I can't do the dancing, but I'm saying get the shoulders down. So that would, we digress. But how do you get your shoulders down and back? Well, first of all, you can push them down. You can think about them being down. You can deliberately open them up, but they won't stay there if the muscles at the back are weak. They'll ping up and forwards again. So what we've been doing today, if you put your hands here again, is firing up your upper back, isn't it? Firing up your upper back. That's going to help keep your shoulders back. And then if you've got your band here and here, doesn't look like much, but can you take your arms forward? This is your good practice for your dance. Can you keep good posture when the direction of travel would naturally shrink your chest at the front and make your salt cellars come back? So can you work in opposition to what your body would want to do? Arms go out, collarbones open. Do this one in front of the mirror and tell me that you can do it without your salt cellars appearing. Does that make sense? Sorry, we digressed a little there, didn't we? So your palms are turned up, salt cellars. So when you do that and you're thinking, oh, I'll just open the collarbones and slide my shoulder blades down my back, now you've got some work going on. Everybody got that? Yes. Now, keep your band there, round two. Make it shorter. So if you don't want to go to half plank and your back doesn't like it, you can stay in a box position, but you're welcome to go to half plank. And in that position, your hands are on the band. Feel like you are pushing your shoulders up into the band a little bit. And then off we go. Elbows in, push the floor away. Elbows in, push the floor away. Lower your body. Breathe out. Think of pushing your ribs into the band a bit. Good. Down we go. Oh, lift. I'm going to have to keep doing some push-ups for the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, I'll be pathetic by the time I come back. Woo. One more time. And then take your knees wide, release your band, and let's reach forwards, open into your chest and your upper back. Wide knees. So if you know, I mean, you might be wanting to improve your shoulder girdle just for sort of visual appearances and things. But more importantly for me, it's about freeing up your neck. I don't want us to get to our 80s and find our necks are all pinched and arthritic and inflamed with habits that are hard to change. So your shoulder work and awareness is, for me, part of you freeing up your spine and having good nerve conduction down the spine so there's no pinching. It matters. And you'll feel better. Have better energy flowing through your body. Base chakra through to the crown chakra. Walk your hands in. Okay, we're going down onto our bellies. We've arrived. We've made it to the floor. I only came for the lie down. Good stuff. Take your arms out in front of you. We're going to swim and we're going to do it beautifully. So there you are with your legs hip width. And there you are with your palms facing in and your thumbs turned up and you flop your wrists like you're about to give me a really wet handshake. You're going to wiggle your pelvis and your ribs and just kind of check out they feel level on the floor. And then let's activate the legs, give them a bit of energy. So you're going to squeeze your thighs and draw up on your kneecaps and squeeze your bottom and lift your tummy a bit. So you've got, okay, ready for action. Now, sometimes if I say draw the shoulders down, people haven't got the spatial awareness to kind of know whether they are or they aren't. So shrug your shoulders up where you don't want them and you can feel your neck being pinched. Now you know where you don't want them. Slide your shoulder blades along your ribs down to your back pockets. Do it again. Shrug up, slide down. So you can feel the contrast. Lift your head an inch, back of the neck long, chin tucked. Take a breath in, and then a floppy left arm and a strong right leg. Same height, same speed. Bring them down. A floppy right arm, a strong left leg. Bring them down. Good. So we're going to the same height at the same speed, opposite arm and leg. Are you right, Belinda? I can see you. Can't you hear me? No. Yes. Opposite arm and leg. Now, as you lift opposite arm and leg, we're firing up the back muscles from the base of the skull all the way down to your tail. Yes, we're using our glutes, so our bottoms will get stronger too. But your job is to not roll or twist. So when you're swimming along, you're not rolling in the water. And when you focus on keeping your pelvis still and your ribs still, your tummy and back have to work so that you're not tipping. But I'd like you to also relax the arm, relax the hand, relax the fingers, and really squeeze from the back of the shoulder blade. So it feels that awareness again of the shoulder blade moving from the back of the shoulder joint to lift the arm. Keep the arms long. They're not completely straight, but they're kind of almost, yes, that's it, Maria. Lengthen. Yes, good, Jan. Now, pause and have a little rest for a minute. Pop your head down and just wiggle your hips. Just have a quick breather. We're going to add to that a head lift. But when I say a head lift, I mean upper body and head lift. So we're just going to do the swimming move again, but we're going to include some upper body movement with it. This will work much more strongly down in your lower back, but I need you to have your tummy in. If it doesn't suit you, go back to the ones you've just done. So the same thing, wiggle your hips, pelvis level, tighten your knees, tighten your thighs, tighten your bottom, lift your head, shrug your shoulders up. Nah, don't want them there. Slide them down. Feels better on the neck. Inhale. And lift your left arm, right leg, but let your chest come up. Now, you're not shoving into the right arm that's on the floor to lift yourself. You've just lifted your head, your chest, and you're now kind of resting on the base of your rib cage. This is why you need your tummy in, because your upper body is now challenging your back. Your tummy needs to support you. You're going to look slightly forwards here and then come down. Other side. Notice when you're lifting more body weight, chest and shoulder girdle is lifted, how your body might want to list and lean more. So you've got more work to do to stay level and not roll back down. Go again. Exhale, lift. No shoving on the left arm or the other arm. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Lift your sternum. Inhale down. So can you feel your lower back doing a lot more? And it would be easy to just fire up your lower back and shove your belly onto the floor, but we're not. We're lifting and we're scooping our tummy in. Your hands are still floppy, the elbows are still floppy, it's still a limp handshake, and you're still squeezing the back of your shoulder. If you can, Alison, just lengthen your arms a bit for me. A bit more kind of ta-da, because yours are out in a diamond shape. Can you see your elbows are sticking out to the side in almost like a diamond shape like that? Try and lengthen them more like a V. It's still soft, but it'll just be a longer lever. Probably a bit harder. Sorry. Yes, Victoria. Exhale, tummy in. Inhale down. Exhale, tummy in. Inhale down. Last two. One more. And relax. Rest your forehead on your hands for a minute. Give your hips a shimmy and then curl your heels in and swing your legs from left to right like windscreen wipers. Clickety click of my hips when I do that. Nice. That frees up your lower back a little bit, doesn't it? Lengthen your legs away, roll onto your side. So we'll do a little bit on our side, go onto our back, and then we'll do the other side. I like to prop myself up. I like to look down and check my ankles are under my knees. I've lifted my flesh up, I've landed on the side of my thigh, and then I go down onto the side with my arm above. See the tops of my feet and my toes, and I check with my top arm, have I got neutral? Yeah, that's my arch. Is my waist lifted? I'm not collapsing my hip up. So all of those things. You can rest your head on a cushion, you can rest it on a bent arm, you can rest it on a straight arm, or I've got mine slightly lifted because otherwise it affects the sound, but you can also lift your head to make it a bit harder. Now, stretch your top leg. Somebody's pulling it just to hip height, not very high, and your knee is pointing forwards. And then lift the underneath leg if you can balance. You'll feel how your tummy has to work to hold you there. Float this arm up and over. So if you can keep both legs in the air, fantastic. Really be aware of using your inner thigh of your underneath leg. Watch that shoulder creeping up, Belinda. So as the arm goes up and over, set the shoulder blade down. So when you're there, it's not here. So stay there for me, Belinda. Now pull that right shoulder down. Yes. Have the feeling of that being anchored down in the back of your body before the hand collapses over. Otherwise, the shoulder just goes with it. So all the time, this shoulder blade is under control. Is that your tricky arm? That's your painting arm. Your flower arranging arm, your painting arm, your canapes arm, the whole thing. Belinda's got a wedding coming up. Exciting. Now, lift your arm in the air. Let's scissor the legs forwards and back. They are going equidistant. Lovely, Janet. Squeeze your bottom. Keep the legs straight, particularly the underneath one. So exhale as the legs go apart. Inhale as they pass through. Exhale. Your ribs are anchored down. Looks good. Keep that top leg nice and horizontal so it doesn't collapse down. Good. So if you're finding it really tricky, you could put your hand down for balance. Some of you need to lift your head. Some of you could lift your underneath arm as well, so that your head is on its horizontal. Underneath hand is lifted, trying to lift the underneath arm a bit. Try and lift the elbow on the underneath arm. Ooh. Last two, controlled. One more. And relax. Bend your knees up, head in hands. Check you've got your natural arch. Please don't just flatten your back because your knees are up. And then let's twist. Lift, melt. Don't go too far, just a gentle hang. Oh, but having the head heavy, isn't that nice? Use your tummy to pull yourself back. So the breathing goes like this. Inhale. Exhale, twist and melt. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to squeeze your pelvic floor on your waist and pull yourself back. It's like you're wearing a tight dressing gown belt. That's the sensation. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you melt, and that's just a relaxing position. You breathe in before you come back. And now you tighten your dressing gown belt. So you feel that you're initiating the move from your waist. Lift, melt. Are your knees still stacked, or is the top one slid? Try and keep them glued. And then one more time. Lift, enjoy. And then you're going to roll onto your back. Good, well done. When you get there, bring your knees up onto your chest. One at a time if you need to, and then have a little rock in and out, or a circle round. Are your knees level when you look at them? Something I've noticed recently is if my back is tight, it looks like I've got one leg longer than the other, one thigh bone longer than the other. It's because my pelvis is out of alignment. So it's quite useful just to look at your knees and just check that they look level. And if they're not, it could be that you need to wriggle your pelvis around a bit and lengthen your waist on one side. So circle those knees round with your lower back and release. Nice. Now you're going to have your band handy. Feet are on the floor. We're only doing 4 of these, and if you don't wish to use the band, it's not a problem. So you've got the band with your hands on the floor, palms down, and you can make it a bit looser if you need to as you go along, but try and anchor your palms to the mat. So you're going to feel like you're using your arms and your triceps here because you're pressing your palm into the floor. At the moment, your knees are bent, you're in neutral spine. So you've got a little gap behind your pelvis. You're going to breathe in. No cushions, folks. No cushions in the heads. Exhale. Push with those lovely flat feet. Squeeze your thighs and your bottom and give me a pelvic tilt. So your tummy's gone down and you've rounded your back into the floor. And then peel your spine up into your shoulder bridge. Your band is there to create resistance. And your arms are having to work, are they not? Give me a little pelvic tilt in the air. So yes, tuck your tail a bit. Inhale and roll back down. One bone at a time. Good. Inhale, let's go again. How are your salt cellars doing? Palms down, squeeze your legs, roll your hips up. Are you pinching across the front of your collarbones? Can you melt them back a bit? Press your hands into the floor. It's quite hard, isn't it? Inhale. You feel your legs working. Down we go. So if you're finding it too hard, make your band a bit longer. If it's too easy, make it a bit shorter. Inhale. You can only be the judge of that, not me. Push with your flat feet, squeeze your bottom and roll up. Hips are in the air. Now then, take your arms and band over your head and slightly pull out. So your arms are on the floor, but you're pulling out a little bit. And I want you to feel that you're using your back muscles to pull your hands out about an inch or two. Take a breath in. Are your feet still flat? You've not lifted your toes, have you? Roll down. Knees are parallel. Roll the spine. Keep pulling out with those arms. Roll, roll, roll. And now bring your arms down. How was that? One more time. Inhale. Hands flat. Squeeze your bottom. Peel your spine like sellotape. Find your shoulder bridge. You're working your back muscles, your bottom muscles, your leg muscles. Arms go up and over. Notice the relief on your back and your hips. Pull the arms wide a little bit. Now you're going to have to listen, folks. One, roll down, but you're going to stay in an imprint. So when you get down, do not release all the way. Your back is flat. Now fold one knee in to 90 degrees. Fold the other knee in to 90 degrees. So you're in neutral, in a imprinted spine. Shins will be a bit higher than horizontal, won't they? Because you're imprinted and your thighs are towards you. If you do not wish to lift your head, you're going to let go of the band and stay here. and you're literally going to do a leg point. So this would be a move for you. In fact, we can all do it. Whether you're pulling the band or not, doesn't matter, but you can do an alternating leg straighten at a kind of 45 degrees. Your waist is down. If you're using the band, that's fine. If you're not, that's fine. So this is to challenge your core. Notice if your leg can go any lower without your waist lifting. You're exhaling as you straighten, inhaling as you come in. Very nice. Really good. So that's if you don't want to lift your head. Those of you that are ready to, then you're going to keep your knees bent. Inhale, bring your hands up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin and take your head up and place the band over your, what do you call them, shins. And now you're going to stay here and you're going to push down with your arms. Push, 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 push. You're trying not to let your legs bounce or your thighs move or your calves move. You're using your triceps. You're pumping your arms down to the floor. Pump, 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 pump. Belly down and chin down. Now you could put your head down and do this. So if you wanted to try it, you could have your head down. But if you've got your head curled up, think of not just the neck working, but the rib cage. You anchor your ribs. How many more would you like? 8, 7, 6. Yes, you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release slowly down. Take the band, that nasty band, get rid of it, and rock your knees in and out. I quite like that. For me, that doesn't feel specifically anything. I don't feel like, oh, my abs, it's just a whole thing. Your whole body, I feel like everything's working. It's like a diffuse bit of tension rather than, oh, yes, I'm working my buttock or my arm. Or whatever. So all over feeling. So you're welcome. Any osteoporosis issues or bone density issues, or you're over the age of 40 and you just don't know, please, you're going to roll onto your side and push yourself up to swing your legs down the other way. If you're happy to come up a different way, you're going to roll like a ball. This isn't suitable if you've got bone density issues or you're not sure. But if you've been exercising most of your life and you've got a good, healthy diet and you've been creating impact in your bones, running, walking, jumping, whatever, then you'll probably be all right. And then swing your legs around. But you know, not me. So there we go. On our other side to finish, we've got our lovely legs out. We're going to lift the flesh up, land on the side, ankles, knees, and hips are in a line. And then going down onto our side. Check your ribs aren't flaring. Check your natural arch in your lower back. Glance down. Can you see the tops of your feet and your toes? Then look forwards, heart lifted. And then when you've checked your waist and you're thinking, yeah, all good, stretch your top leg and it'll float up to hip height. Don't think of it as a lift, think of it as a long. Inhale. Now check your waist doesn't move, so that means a little bit of a pelvic floor and a tummy squeeze as you lift your underneath leg. And then let's paint the ceiling. Floating up and down. Your head is on its side. You can have it resting on a cushion or your arm or your bent arm, or you can lift it. As the arm goes over, watch the shoulder blade for me, Sue Clarkson. Yes, better. Keep that shoulder blade anchored down as the arm goes over, so there's no collapsing of the shoulder up to your ear. Nice, 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 nice. Stretch those legs out. I'm pulling you by the toes. And then you're going to leave your arm in the air and we're going to scissor our lovely legs forwards and back. Keeping the underneath legs straight, it'll want to bend. Exhale apart. Inhale, they pass through the middle. Your core is keeping you still. You're looking forwards. Squeeze. Shoulder drawn down. Now, if you're quite strong, you could lift your head off your arm. You could lift your hand off the floor. You could try and lift the forearm and make the elbow light on the floor. Good. Watch the top shoulders not creeping up. You still got your waist lifted, Maria, on that underneath side? Yeah. On that side? I can't quite tell because of the t-shirt, but just thought to check. She's stripping off. Very good. Be like in the Olympics, we should all be forced to wear bikini bottoms. What is that all about? Stupid rules. Don't start me on that. Have we got one more left? And release. Brilliant. So you're going to get long, lean muscles around your hips, good stability for your pelvis. Here we go. Head in hands, knees curled up, but back is neutral. Oh, enjoy this twist. Let your head be heavy. And then pull yourself back with your abs. So remember, it's an inhale as you lift. An exhale as you roll towards the shoulder blades. Just enjoy that lovely rotation through the waist. You take a breath in while you enjoy it. And then feel pelvic floor and just underneath your ribs on this top side is what's initiating the pullback. You can have your head on a cushion if you'd like to. So in your own time, you inhale, lift, exhale, melt. Inhale, breathe. Squeeze your tummy and pull back. Couple more. Watch the knees, don't slide past each other, it'll give you a bigger twist. Last one. And rolling onto your back to finish. We have got ankle over thigh. We did all that work in squats in standing as well, didn't we? When we were striding apart and we worked our legs. So ankle over thigh, you're welcome to get an arch behind your waist and push your knee away, and that might be enough of a stretch for you. Or you can grab your thigh and pull it in. But you're checking that your foot, knee, hip and shoulder are in alignment there. And yes, your waist will be on the floor, but you have the feeling of letting your tail drop down, of almost oozing, slightly pushing your tailbone down. If you feel like your neck is craning and your chin is up, you definitely either need to retract your chin or put a cushion behind your head. And then let's lean out to the right a bit, or whichever leg you're holding, lean that way. Breathe, feet are flexed. Now I want you to find a good 7 out of 10 stretch, not hanging around with a la-di-da. You're actually going, ooh, big stretch in buttock. So the way to create that is to use the underneath leg. Don't just tug with your arms and your shoulders. Use the underneath leg to press up into that ankle and shin bone. And if you want, you can put one hand behind the leg and the other one, you can grab that knee, so you're holding a leg each, and pull in. And sort of almost pull apart. It's almost like you're pulling your knees apart. That's quite a nice position. And slowly ease off, release. Just straighten your legs out for a minute on the floor. Give them a little jiggle. And then let's go to the other side. Slide your heels in, knees are bent, ankle over thigh. You can try with your back arch and your knee pushing away. Where's the weight under your pelvis? Try and make it even. That might give you a good stretch. Or grab that leg, pull it in. Foot under knee, under hip, under shoulder. Press, press, press. Flex your feet. Lean out to the side of the leg that you're holding. Now your breathing matters here. On the exhale particularly, so you inhale, you feed the muscle. Some lovely fresh oxygenated blood, and then you exhale. And you tell it to soften, and your mind softens, and your breathing lets go, and your hip lets go. And again, breathe in. Nudging the tailbone down on the exhale, scooping your tummy out to help ooze the tail down a little smidge more. One more deep breath in. Make it an 8 out of 10. And release that foot down. Roll onto your side, push yourselves over. And for a moment, you're in sitting. You can have your legs out in front of you. Both sitting bones are equally weighted. Lift your left arm up. And we're going to go over to the side and do a lovely big side bend, dropping the supporting shoulder, dropping the elbow on the underneath side. Slightly turn and look under your armpit to the ceiling. Your ribs are just twisting up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Up you come. Other side. Inhale. Drop your shoulders down. Lift up through the torso. Very nice. Over you go. Bend the elbow. Drop the shoulder on that left side, Jane. Yes, there we go. And then slightly turn your rib cage. Does that feel good or what? Don't you say or what? Up you come. Roll your shoulders. Retract your chin. And practice. Salt cellars up, forwards. Oh, yeah. Keep everything in there. Down. Still a bit pokey. Back. I want you to see if you can look in a mirror and lose your salt cellars for me. Happy? Well done, everybody.